Hi, guys. Welcome back. It's Michael Silva, President and CEO of Archon One, and I wanted to share a very important security announcement. At this moment, there is an active ransomware exploit spreading very quickly through the use of Kaseya's VSA toolkit. This is a part of what's known as a remote monitoring and management, or RMM toolkit, that Kaseya provides. And to understand really the impact, the severity of how bad this is, I think it's worth a look at what exactly an RMM toolkit is, because your organization may be running it, and you may either currently be being cryptolockered or you might be about to be. So it's worth a look now. It is kind of a time-sensitive thing. An RMM toolkit works by having an agent software loaded onto each individual workstation, and this reports up to a centralized server. And when used properly, it's used for things like patch management and security updates and group policies and things that help to keep the organization homogeneous and working smoothly. Unfortunately, Kaseya's VSA toolkit was recently hit with what's known as a supply chain attack. This means that somewhere up the food chain, some software was compromised, and then it was released into Kaseya software, which then made its way onto the endpoints. So what this means for your organization is that if you've had anything to do with Kaseya, it's possible that you have this toolkit installed in your machine, and it's possible that either you are currently being cryptolockered, meaning that all of your files are being encrypted, or it's possible that you will be shortly if it hasn't happened already. It's pretty scary stuff. So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do once the software is already loaded. However, there are a few limited steps that you can take. One of the things that you can do to start right away is to look at the guidance released by CISA and the FBI. There is a detection tool that you can run, which will help to better illustrate whether or not you are affected by this attack. Some other things you can do too are to restore backups. And there's also a series of questions that you should be asking your IT provider right now anyways, even if you're not sure if you're running Kaseya, because the level of compromise here is pretty substantial. So some of the key questions that you can ask are, do we have Kaseya running anywhere in our environment? Do you know if we are affected by this attack? Can you show me the last time that you've restored a file? And hopefully your IT provider will be able to answer these questions. So one thing we can do to help out right away with this, if you don't have any type of ransomware protection, we can certainly help you put that in place. If you do have Kaseya software and you're curious to see if you are affected, you can just reach out, contact us. We'll be happy to run a complimentary scan of the environment using these approved tools and determine whether or not you actually have been affected by this. And if you're just uncertain and you say, you know what, I really don't like the idea that the software might be running in our environment, we can help you to remove it and we can replace it with a more robust software platform. So if you're not curious if this is running in your environment or not, just give us a call or send us a note below. We'll be happy to help run the detection tool with you and help to scan the environment for any malware. This is pretty serious stuff. I mean, ransomware can shut your organization down. You're held hostage. And unfortunately, once you've been compromised, you're on essentially a customer list of known hacked clients, right, for these guys that actually run the ransomware networks. And they will look to attack you again because, like any, I hate to say business, right, but that's how they view it. From any business's perspective, if they're a paying customer, they could possibly pay again. So if you've been infected once, there's a fairly good chance that they're going to target you again. At a minimum, the information about your organization as a vulnerable target can be bought and sold on the open market. So there's just a whole lot of reasons why you want to make sure that you're not running the software. And if you are, that it's being dealt with properly by a professional organization. That's something that we can help with. So anyways, I hope this is helpful for you guys. The guidance we'll release below should be useful for you. But if you have any questions or if you're uncertain at all, just give us a shout. We're always here to help, and we'll get through this one together. But felt like it was important to get this message out today timely. So, all right, hope everything's well with you guys, and we'll look forward to talking with you in a bit.